In a distant land called Harmony Woods, a group of magical animals lived in peace. Among them, the wise white owl, the proud gray wolf, and the noble golden lion. But their peaceful existence was disturbed when the sun vanished for 3 days straight. Concerned, the animals gathered to find a solution. The wise owl proposed creating a giant machine to move the sun back. The wolf boasted that his loud howl would intimidate the sun into returning. Just then, a majestic golden lion appeared, his mane shimmering as bright as the sun itself. With eyes full of wisdom, he addressed the assembly. "I'm not just a lion. I'm a messenger of the woods. None can move the sun but God alone." He continued, "God is the creator and orchestrator of all things. No machine or shouting will suffice. Instead, turn to God and pray sincerely." The animals, realizing their mistake, knelt in prayer. On the fourth day, the sun rose, glowing more brilliantly than ever before. The animals learned that only God is the creator and arranger, embodying the concept of unity of lordship. In a place called Meadow of Hope, the animals built tall wooden idols, bestowing them with food and flowers, thinking these statues would bring them prosperity and happiness. On a star-illuminated night, a dazzling gazelle named Light Gazelle appeared, her body glowing like the stars. She gracefully stepped toward the central meadow and spoke. "Why do you offer food to stones that neither hear nor see? God alone provides and deserves your worship. Leave these idols behind and pray to God, asking Him for what you need." Though hesitant at first, the animals began to worship only God. Suddenly, their resources flourished, plants grew unceasingly, and the waters ran clear and abundant. The animals learned that true worship is reserved for God alone, embodying unity of worship. Atop the miraculous Willow Mountain, a realm of magical birds thrived. Among them was the wise bird, King Raver, who heard the young birds making errors while speaking of God. "God is like the mighty eagle," one said. "No, he's like the stormy wind," said another. Raver soared between them, his wings spread wide, proclaiming, "No, God is incomparable to any of his creations. God is powerful, merciful, hears and sees, but not as we do. We believe in his names and attributes as described without likening them to anything else." He taught them God's names, the merciful, the listener, the seer, urging them to recite these names with reverence while understanding their meanings. As the birds grew up, they taught their children about God's qualities correctly, and their kingdom thrived with peace and light. The birds learned to acknowledge God's names and attributes as they were, free from comparison or alteration, embodying unity of names and attributes.